Welcome from the Community Action Agency, two early childhood specialists, Brett Lazier and Katie Fent. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and it's your first time here.
It is.
It's about time. Brett, how long have you been with Community Action Agency?
I have been there 7 years.
Nice.
I've been there, in December will be 1 year.
1 year?
Yes.
Great. Well, I've always thought people in early childhood it takes a special person to it's a lot of work. What got you into this profession?
So my background is in psychology, and then I have a bachelor's in psychology, and then I got a master's in child psychology because I knew I wanted to work with kids. And then I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had 3 littles myself, so I felt like I had a lot of experience with that population. And then this opportunity came up, and I thought it would be a perfect fit. So
Nice. And Katie, you're the newbie in it.
I am, but I have been doing early childhood for over 10 years. I went to Western for child and family development, and then found my way here, and I just absolutely love it. I love bringing families together. It's just awesome.
Nice. You guys have kids of your own?
Yes.
Yes. So yesterday was Grandparents' Day at my grandson Quinn's daycare. So we went, and it was an hour. It was from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. And at 8:25, I thought, oh my gosh, another half hour? I mean, it was a lot.
Yes. It's a lot of energy in one little room with all the little people.
And it was, so the bathroom, it's got to be set up for all different abilities, different sizes. All the food, the refrigerator, every kid has a different dietary, and there's medications, and there's, it's a lot.
it is a lot.
People in child care, daycare, it's a calling, and it's a blessing we have people that like to do it. So we have a program with Community Action Agency called Early Head Start. Let's talk about the difference between Head Start and Early Head Start.
So Early Head Start, we're a home visiting program. So we work with, we take the kiddos before they get to Head Start. So Head Start is preschool, 3 and 4-year-olds. And then Early Head Start, we're kind of a school readiness program. So we're getting them ready for preschool. So we work with caregivers and their infants and toddlers, and we work in their home.
Oh, you go to their home?
Yes.
Yep,
It's
so we're
not a place.
Yep, it's a home visiting program.
So that's what you guys do? You go around to people's homes? All day, every day?
All day, every day.
Oh my
We
gosh.
each have a caseload, which we will be having more openings, as now we're going to be considered like fully staffed. So we're going to be have openings for Early Head Start. But yeah, once a week we see our families for an hour and a half, plan the next week, and we really build an amazing relationship with the families and the kids.
Awesome. Well, that's got to be very challenging. You're on the road, showing up at different people's homes with different living arrangements and different abilities. What's for you? What's the biggest challenge of being an Early Head Start educator?
The biggest challenge, I think, would be I think it's establishing that relationship, the safety and security, because you're in someone's home, and so making sure that you're making them feel comfortable, and that you're sort of meeting them where they're at, I think is always a bit of a challenge.
You said some things that are kind of tough?
Yes.
Yes.
Kind of tough, and it just takes some time. It's a relationship. You're building a relationship, not just for the kid, but also with the parents. And we want to build trust. We want the foundation on trust, because it's going to be the best for their success.
How often do you visit the same family, same kids, same home?
So we start with a parent with pregnancy all the way up to 3 years old. So
Before
depending
the
on
baby-
where, so we can take pregnant moms all the way up until the kiddo is 3. So depending on when they come into our program, but then if the parent has another child, then you can be with the family for many, many, many years. People have been with the same family for like 8 years because they've had multiple children.
And is the idea to get them ready for preschool, or is it basically their whole health, their whole everything that you're concerned with?
Yeah.
It would be their whole health. When we look at their families, we know that it takes a lot in a relationship to build that strong relationship. Thinking about all the different things that go in to when we have a family.
Yeah, because we're working on school readiness, we're working on child development, we do some case management, so if families are having issues with utilities or housing, we also have like a financial expert who will come in, and if you want to start to save money to build a home, so we're kind of working with the whole family as well as working with the child, so it's like multiple.
Oh, wow.
multi
So would you see something like, that's not appropriate food for that child, or the sleeping arrangement doesn't look too safe to me? Do you get involved in that?
Talk about sleep, talk about nutrition, health, mental health, making sure that they're getting to their well checks, having their immunizations done, and the going through it with an infant mental health lens is really important.
How do you get into the program? Do you have to meet certain qualifications to get into Early Head Start?
Yep, so we're an income-based program, and there's also some, if you qualify, if you have disability, if the child has a disability, if they're in foster care, if the family is homeless, if the family receives SNAP for any reason, then all of those are qualifiers. And we do have a few slots that are over income for families as well.
So you have people that already are challenged from the get-go.
Yes, and we work closely with the ISD as well, and helping meet the family's goals and helping the child meet their milestone. So it's awesome to have that partnership with the ISD.
Let's take a look at some of the photos that you brought along. Are these your early childhood specialists?
Yes. So this would be, so that's another thing is where we use a parents as teachers curriculum. So we know that the parent is the child's best first teacher. So we learn from our parents better than we learn from anyone. So if I come in and read a book, or the parent reads a book, the child is going to listen way more to the caregiver than to me, because they're their whole world and I'm a stranger. So we're kind of a parent-led program. So a lot of, and people always say to me, all you do is go and play. But we know that children learn best through play. So we bring a lot of activities that are developmentally appropriate for the caregiver and the children to play together.
Yeah, you're not doing flashcards.
Right. Like, you can say the word cow 2,000 times before a child will learn it, but if you're playing with a cow 26 times, and they'll learn it. So like the difference between, just talking and playing is astronomical, especially at this age. And we also know that, development occurs within the relationship. So how Katie was saying, we're an infant mental health program. We really focus on relationship building, not even just between us, but especially with the parent and the child.
So you're inside, you're outside, you're at their house, whatever they got. So Quinn, he thinks a pig says bah. So would you work on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
We can work with that.
These families, so they've got maybe in some cases other issues. Maybe they're worried their power is going to get shut off, right?
Yep.
So that's going to be stressful, not just for that family, but to come into that for you guys for you as a specialist, it's got to be hard.
It does. We focus, or we want to focus on ourselves as well and our self-care, because we know going in and helping with our families, we want to be the best for them, and it takes a lot, but that's amazing. CAA has awesome support and resources for us, so it's awesome.
So families facing homelessness, what kind of give me an example of a situation where you're involved in that.
So like I worked with a family when I first met them. It was a mom and 3 kiddos, and they were living at the homeless shelter. So we actually have a playroom at CA, and so I would meet with the family at our playroom at CA, and then in conjunction also working with our housing department to help that family get permanent housing. And I think it was about 6 months in, and they were able to get a subsidized apartment, and then we started meeting in the home. So, you're kind of working with them during the process of like overcoming those life challenges.
So for a family to want to take on an early childhood specialist and be part of Early Head Start, they're right there. They're showing a commitment. It's a lot. It's going out on a limb for a lot of these people.
Yeah, because it's a commitment. Like we're committing to meet once a week for an hour and a half, and to be involved in the process. And so I think that there's that on both ends. There's a commitment to, but it's all in the guise of helping the child be the best they can be.
Yeah, and I would say I would give those families a lot of credit on top of all that they're dealing with to want this for
Yes,
their kids.
letting a stranger into your home is very hard. And being the stranger is hard too. Like it takes us a little bit to adapt. And when we're meeting many different families and many different, children, it takes a little bit to adapt, but then that's the beauty of a relationship. When a relationship can form and the trust can be there.
And you have to be really well educated on so much because you are dealing in so many different situations, and even children with various disabilities.
Yeah, we do developmental assessments several times a year as well to kind of make sure that they're on track developmentally, and then we'll work with the ISD or early on if they are in need of extra services.
Do you end up actually being the one that discovers disability?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes between us and the pediatrician, I think
And
it's a
the
lot of.
parents too, and like
Yeah.
being there with the parents, being their support of sitting there with them every week for that hour and a half, and they can be like, oh wow, I noticed that too, and you're with them, supporting them through it, so they're not doing it alone.
Awesome. Now there's openings. Do we have? How does someone get into the program?
Yes, so we have a website, it's the Great Start website, and you can also call Community Action Agency as well and get the link to the information. So it's either thegreatstartjackson.org, or you can call that telephone number. You can also call Community Action Agency. We just added some staff members, so we have several people that are going to be opening up lots of caseload opportunities. So definitely, if anyone is interested, we would love to have them on board.
And is it free?
Yes.
If you meet the guidelines. So how many families are you serving?
So each early childhood specialist has 11 families that we serve.
And you must have some success stories. There must be some things that you're gratified about in working in this job.
Oh, absolutely. I think there's nothing better than watching a family who, like that family that was homeless, and then all of a sudden now that they have a beautiful home where all the children had a place, and just being able to be part of that whole process, or working with a family that was unemployed, and then to be able to watch them get employment, and then start our home buyers education class, and then now become a home buyer, like just sort of walking through that whole path is just really exciting. Or seeing a kiddo who's kind of developmentally struggling and then get all the resources and opportunities that they need to be more successful and to see them thrive. It's very, very gratifying.
Yeah, it's got to be rewarding for you. Thanks for what you guys do, and thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
us.
so much.
Yeah, keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Brett Leisure and Katie Fent, Early Childhood Specialists with the Early Head Start and Community Action Agency. Up next on the show, we've got the Birthday Club, so stay tuned for